Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me for today's webinar. As you can see, the Australian dollar overnight attempted to take on that challenge, as you can see up towards this level here around 77.40, and recorded a high of 48 from the previous high of 47. Over the last 3 executive periods of 4 hours, the market has plummeted and now looks towards that support that holds at 76.70. A break beneath this level will give further exposure to the downside and bring in a case towards that level that I'm seeing here at 75.95. Now a break beneath there would give further exposure to the downside and bring in the target of that recent low that we saw this month of 74.8090 and reassess from there. Any advances towards the top side should still find resistance above that 77 figure handle, and I still expect to see that as a supply zone. So the US dollar overnight was weaker, and as you can see here, the market is now taking on the challenge from the highs that we saw in January and also back in December around 108.2050. Although I do expect to see supply to return heavily from there, a reversal would be likely, as I'm seeing now the market is struggling, and we should see a target of 107.55 as an intraday possible challenge, with the trigger level to the downside of 107.0520. Now is a break from there that would give further exposure to the downside. Let me just put that in for you. Further potential to the downside and bring in a target around that 105 area. If we do see a break towards the top side of 108.50, this would see short squeeze up towards 109.1520 and reassess from there. But if we look at the daily on dollar yen, as you can see here, the market is clearly challenged that level of 111.60 and now looks towards this firm base that emanates from 110.6080. Now I do expect to see a recovery from there after seeing this sort of firm decline since that rejection from that 115 area. Now if we don't get a rebound from this level of 110.60, and also let's not forget today that we do have the Bank of Japan to release its monetary policy minutes that could actually sway the market towards a recovery. But if we don't see a firm rebound today at 110.60, we could be looking at 107.4080 as an objective, so do keep that level in mind. Resistance on the day now comes in at 12.35 and above there 112.95. Well, the Great British Pound is actually challenging the top side at the moment, as you can see here from this downtrend, which I like to draw in for you. A little bit higher. You can see the market is currently pressuring this level around 124.80. Currently trading there. I do expect to see this level to fail. However, a break above the 125 handle would give greater concerns that we could see a squeeze up towards 126 before the market turns around towards these highs that failed recently. Now a break beneath 124.1030 would give further scope to the downside and bring in the recent target of 122 as an objective. So the gold story is actually firmed up since the break above that 12.38 handle. But the one thing to notice on this 4-hour chart is that although we are seeing fresh highs in the last coming session, or fresh 2-week highs, is the market is showing some divergence, not supporting this move up. Therefore, I expect to see the market to retreat anywhere from 12.46 to 52 and look back towards the downside, with the support coming in now at 12.38 and lower towards 12.31.33, with a base now holding not from 11.97 but higher now at 12.24. So we could get back down towards this level to reassess. And to wrap up with oil, as you can see, the market is still pretty much contained by that 51.5 resistance, but lower down still capped around 50.40 to 60. In light of the pattern, I expect to see further weakness and look towards his $45 handle and reassess from there. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report that shall be released shortly.